How's it? Hang loose. Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii, the channel. Okay. It's Friday, February 23rd, because yesterday was the 22nd. I don't mean that facetiously. I'm saying that yesterday had that 24. So 22224, I don't know. People get into that sort of thing over, and also, a satellite came down in the middle of the night and early in the morning, and I didn't get a chance to go spock it out. Is the Venus and Mars were at some type of conjunction going on in the sky. And it wouldn't be visible until until it rose above the horizon and everything got kooky already. So, Venus and Mars are all right tonight. Yesterday. And so were a spaceship coming down, a satellite coming down, and a spaceship landing on the moon. Now that's why I kind of wanted to make this video, even though it's going to be a busy day. Another appointment, I got a chauffeur. So I got time limits. And I'm also using the new studio stuff, so this is different from yesterday's. And yesterday's, I went on my old machine and did it there, and it was just as cloggy. This one has a lot more power, so I don't think it has that lag. That the other one, because there's like too much stuff. See, like a pack rat on the computer, and there's so much stuff. There's not enough room for the computer to move, so it has a little video to play during OBS. It's like, and I think that's what it is. In case you're into video editing. And I'm trying to make this short, and I have a problem with making things short. Well, this is the M1 processor on this machine, which really makes it cool, and there's a lot more clarity and this and that. But the reason I bring this up is because the M1 is the IM1 was the company that sent the craft lander to the moon, to the South Pole of the moon specifically, which was the most difficult place to date to land on the moon. It's like you got a 50-50 shot, and they had hundreds of millions of dollars from this private company. So like it wasn't really NASA, although NASA, of course, hey, we got a room. It's called Houston. So they're still going, Houston, we have a problem. I mean, there's some type of affiliation, I'm sure. But NASA's not footing the bill. This private company's footing the bill because they want to find water on the South Pole of the moon, because water would be great. It could be like astronauts can make tang in their little sipper straw cups, and not only can you make tang on the moon, they can make fuel, because they can now seemingly process hydrogen, because this thing's going over there in hydrogen. So this is kind of a historic moment, and I wanted to sort of document this. And I know yesterday, I got one view, which was me looking to see if it was edited. So nobody saw yesterday's. So I'm kind of gonna wing it anyways, because I'm pretty much expecting nobody to watch this except me checking my editing. So like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. No, seriously, if you are watching this, thanks. But I'm just gonna be riffing it anyways, because I got some medical procedure stuff, and I mention it because I'm trying to be transparent and honest to a degree. I'm sitting there like talking about, because I got to deal with it. So I mentioned it, and it's like, okay, we're tuning off my Mongoose Max. He's turning into Medical Max. We're tuning away. So I guess this channel is just sort of a record in case Korea and Russia start lobbing nukes. The only thing left is this recording, and it's sent out to the chasing Voyager out into space. Maybe some alien civilization will be going, my douchebags, what the? You know, and trying to figure us humans out. So, it's like a video log is just like this little biography. This is what I did today. And so I'm just gonna, but I do have to introduce to you somebody later on. Somebody else is gonna get into YouTube and has some extraordinary views about space, real space cadet. So, but right now I just wanted to mention this lander. Now I said Odie was the name of the lander because it's called Odysseus, as in Odyssey, as in Homer. Homer wrote histories and he embellished them with a lot of story so you can remember and tell it, the story. Odyssey is this guy who went to the Peloponnesian Wars in ancient Greece, the same wars that Socrates fought in. He was a war veteran, Socrates. He fought in these wars, and Homer wrote a history, which is history embellished with a lot of like Marvel comic storytelling back in the day kind of thing. And Odysseus comes back from the Peloponnesian Wars, you know, it's just like Trojan War stuff. He comes back. It took him 10 years to get back to like Athens, to, you know, his wife and kids or whatever was left for him back in Athens. I don't know. And on his way back, over 10 years, he encounters all kinds of stuff, including cyclopses and all kinds. And 2001, A Space Odyssey, and that's where you get that name, Odyssey, from Odysseus. So Odysseus is the name of this little lander, which is powered by hydrogen and whatever gases. It's different power than like you can make it out of water. I don't know. Instead of just that chemical rocket fuel, and it lands over there. And this is, I think, a pretty historic moment. One, because you have a private industry sending this thing out there into space, and also you have they're using a different fuel. Also, they're landing on the south pole of the moon, and they did land already, and that was yesterday, where Venus and Mars were all right, and then this thing plopped down.
Surface of the moon, and we are transmitting. So, congratulations, IM team. We'll see how much more we can get from that.
And we're on Earth going, did the satellite crash on my...
And over to our CEO, Steve
So, yeah, a lot of space stuff. So, now here's one thing about all that. You know, they got that thing. There's another historical thing about that. So it goes to land, and it's all automatic. Now, what's kind of historical here is there's intuitive machine thing on there, which means it's learning from the input it's getting. So it gets some input and it learns to adjust. So that's AI. The machine learning in the now, in the real time. It's learning to adjust its little position on its own. It's not somebody down in Houston going a little to the left, a little to the right, because it takes like 3 minutes to send a signal, you know, to a robotic or something. Now, it's doing an AI self-adjusting landing. Now that is really cool. When they had this panel, when it was about to land, they had this panel, and the guy someone was a former astronaut, this lady was a former astronaut, and also they had William Shatner, our intrepid space hero, adventurer, explorer, Captain Kirk. So they had William Shatner, the poor guy's like, you know, he's in his 90s for sure. He's like, and whenever they showed him, he's trying to hype it up in a sense, and for good reason. But he's trying to push it like this is an exciting moment, and they never gave him like a full frame. They keep him in the background. And he's always trying to say something. Oh, but he refers it to, one time I was on Broadway and things went wrong and you have to adjust. And he's talking about this adjustment of AI. And that's what it is. I don't think they wanted to say AI because it's now like a bad word. It has a pejorative, bad connotation. AI. AI is going to really rev up cryptocurrency. It's going to rev up interest in technology, and more people are using it. But except for schools, don't use AI to write your papers. And politicians, don't use AI to write your speeches. We're going to have a lack of human input. So that's why Mongoose Max Hawaii, one view. Hey, I'm human input. So we have AI, William Shatner trying to rev it up, and then it lands, right? Now, it took a while to land, and there was a malfunction in the camera work, because instead of radar, which bounces off radio waves, like bat echolocation, it has LiDAR doing the same thing. Oh! The bells of St. Patty. It has a LiDAR, which is like laser, bouncing off stuff like bats using echolocation, finding. But its little freaking camera work messed up. It went fritz, and it didn't work. So they had to loop around the moon for another orbit, and in that one loop tried to fix it. And they had an alternative experimental one that they were going to try out. So they wired it to that one. So it's using that one and AI to try to land. And they're like going, oh my gosh, it's an Apollo 13 moment. And yes and no, but you know, Apollo 13 had actual human beings, actual astronauts on the ship. And if something went wrong, they have their literal ass on the line. And this is like if something goes wrong, somebody loses $100 million, and it's like a machine. But it was like similars. So, but it worked, and the LiDAR thing, and it AI, and it landed. Now they're like they're waiting for the signal, so they're like, it's going to land, and then okay, it's on the ground. We think we have to wait for the signal, because if it lands, they don't know if it lands on its little tripod with its antenna pointing to Earth, or if it lands and went and fell over like R2-D2. And they don't know if it landed upright, fell over. They don't know. So they have to wait. So because of that, there was a definite anticlimactic. Instead of a yay, it was a I think it landed. We'll have to wait. Oh, we got a signal. It landed. I got a signal. We got to check to see. UK's getting a signal. Maybe Australia. We'll have to make sure. We got a signal. And by the time you're waiting 3 minutes, nobody's cheering and nobody's clapping because they're just like, did it work?
Surface of the moon, and we are transmitting. So, congratulations, IM team. We'll see how much more we can get from that.
Excellent call from our mission director, Dr. Jim Gray, and over to our CEO, Steve Alters.
Yeah, if I could just pass on a few words to the entire team in Intuitive Machines at Superbab and here in the Mission Control. What an outstanding effort. I know this was a nail biter, but we are on the surface and we are transmitting. And welcome to the moon.
So the whole landing of this kind of historical little pod looking for water on the South Pole, that whole little thing, Odie, short for Odysseus, is like, it was anticlimactic in people's responses. It was like, did it work? Do we clap now? because you don't want to clap and then it fell over on its little tripod. Imagine the thing. It's supposed to beam back to Earth and it just goes into the dirt. Oh well, that happened to someone else's, like China and Russia, and it's important too. It's geopolitical important too, because now it's like somebody stuck a flag on the South Pole of the moon. Uh-oh, space race on, huh? So here's poor old William Shatner trying to hitch an historical thing, and he's trying. But yeah, so my thing is it's an important landing. It's a historical landing on several different things. But you know what? I gotta leave you with this. The modern Shaman.
Hey! Like and subscribe. Mongoose Max Channel Hawaii here. We're going to talk about interesting things like the planet Nibiru, Planet X. What is it? Who is coming? What the heck is going on? Well, we got something. Introduce yourself.
Modern day shaman. You can call me Nate.
Yeah, because something else is near the sun, or just on the other side of the sun. Is it? Behind the sun? Hiding? Planet X? Nibiru? Is that a spaceship in that little photo? Whoa, well, let's just have Modern Shaman. Well, he's going to be making a YouTube channel pretty soon, and so we'll have to watch out for him. Modern Shaman, take it away.
We can hear about Planet X.
Nibiru, Planet X. It comes right between the sun and our planet, and when it comes near the sun, its atmosphere just gets just obliterated, all right? So they didn't like that so much, so they came down to Earth looking for gold to align their atmosphere. So it's these holes in our ozone, something like that, but a little more severe. Hey, we're here. Okay, so what happens is they came down here, found a couple of these ape men, which are called pre-magnum men or whatever. So they grabbed those guys, said, hey, we're going to make you into one of us, okay? That's where the whole concept of God looking like, we're looking like God and all this other stuff, okay? They're Anunnaki. They're the ones that created the human race to mine gold for their atmosphere. So that's why people love gold so much. Not the fact that it's so glittery and doesn't ever rust. So understand one more thing. We are at the point of their junction between this 3,600 year elliptical orbit, and they're coming. You can see it in the sky. You can see it right next to the sun now. I've done some pictures and refinement of it. So just don't be scared.
Don't you have a picture?
Don't be scared.
Don't you have a picture?
Just let it happen.
Isn't there a picture?
Let it happen, man. Because what happens, if all it will happen anyways, I'll get over it. Yeah, where's my picture? Where's my picture, man?
Don't you got a picture? Go prove it without picture.
Alright, be ready now. Hold your knickers, okay? Hold your knickers. Because this is going to be awesome. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Alright, where is this? It's my cat. It's my cat. My cat. There. Alright, see that bugger? See right there? There's the sun. There's Nibiru. Okay, let's see if there's another one. Nope, that's it. Nope, that's the good one. No. So don't be scared. So whatever happened. You know what's the greatest thing of your existence right now? That you get to experience this big fiasco. And good thing you're here with me now, so I can clue you in what the fuck's gonna happen. And just calm down. Just calm down, I said.
So we'll be able to figure out what's going on with space and space aliens, because it's like the space age now, because stuff's falling out of the sky, and we're putting stuff into the sky, and there's going to be more.
Oh yeah. So much stuff coming one time.
Don't be scared.
Everything coming one time, every time, all the time, man. And about now it's happening. You know, that's why it's a present. It's a gift. Okay, now don't forget now. Don't be scared. Aloha, brothers, sisters, uncle.
Yeah. Modern Shaman. Anyways, aloha. Take care. Aloha. Have a good day. And all that good stuff. Hopefully, I hope it'll be good weather. Gotta go around and do stuff. Thanks.